Kumar Raza climbed the staircase up to the top floor to the chambers his daughter and Amar had inhabited since they married. Daro's dry heat was nothing like the humidity of Kundiland or the ice and snow in the freezing north, but Daro had always been home to Kumar before Amar had sent him away. Kumar was glad to feel the sweat running beneath his clothes and smell the sun-baked bricks of the building. He savored the memory of hot bread on his tongue mixed with juicy figs. So much better than raw fish and boiled seal meat. Kumar was glad to be home in Daro, even for a short time. Denali and Eska waited for him back at the palace, but he couldn't settle there until he fixed things here. He reached the top floor and hesitated in front of the blue and gold cloth that stretched across the doorway, wondering how Mani would respond to his arrival. "Who's there?" Mani's voice called from inside. It sounded hoarse, unlike the smooth voice he was used to hearing from his daughter. Kumar pushed aside the door hanging and stepped into the main room. Mani was standing beside a large wooden chest holding Kumar's crossbow. Upon seeing Kumar, the look on her face went from fear to astonishment. "By the fountain," Kumar said. "What do you intend to do with that? It's too big for you, and it's not even loaded." Mani dropped the crossbow. "Father," she said as if she couldn't believe he had finally returned after so many years. Kumar winced as his most prized weapon hit the ground. "Well, I'm not a member of the camel herding Jati, come to sell you some milk, though you look like you could use some. You're far too thin, Mani." Her clothes sagged on her gaunt frame. Her hair hung around her face in stringy snarls. "Have you been skipping meals?" Kumar asked. Mani shuddered. "I can't eat." "Why not?" Kumar strode across the room, and lifted his crossbow from the ground. "I just can't. Not anymore. Not since." Mani fell silent. "So, you were going to shoot me?" "No," Mani said in alarm. "Who then?" Kumar asked. He could tell the past 5 years had been hard on her. At least the Jati Council hadn't killed her or named her untouchable. She'd kept her standing in the Jati, but she didn't look happy about it. "Him. He keeps sneaking in while I'm gone and refilling my money chest. I never catch him, but what if someone sees him? They'll come for me for sure." Kumar had a pretty good guess who Mani was talking about, but didn't let on just yet. He needed to know Mani's side of the story, to understand what she'd been through and how she felt about Amar now. "Who keeps giving you money?" "Amar." Mani's voice cracked. "And shouldn't he be doing that? He is your husband." The last of the color drained from Mani's haggard face. "He's dead. Father, I killed him. I found out he's a Naga, and I shot him with your crossbow. The boys too. I killed them all, just like I told the council. Amar was a Naga, so I shot him." "Mani, my dearest child, be still," Kumar said. "I know what Amar is. I've always known. Unfortunately, he found out I knew and sent me away, leaving you to deal with this alone. Mani, I'm proud of you. You've done well." "You knew?" Mani's voice cracked. "You knew, and you let him take control of me anyway? You let him twist up my mind and my emotions to make me love him?" Kumar winced. "I don't think he forced you to love him. I think he loved you with all his heart and courted you like any other man, waiting to see if you would love him as well." "No." Mani stormed away from Kumar. "It wasn't like that. From the moment I first saw him, the second our hands first touched to dance, he cast an unbreakable spell on me. Even now that he's gone, even after I shot him, I feel it wrapped around my heart. Sleep only brings dreams of him. Food has no flavor. I feel like half of my soul is torn away. That's what he did to me. He made me love him, and I can't undo that." Kumar rubbed his face. He knew Amar had not used his power on her. Somehow, he had to convince her of that. Amar was right, Mani would not come to terms with this easily. Kumar went to the chest, put his crossbow inside, and retrieved his singing stone. He held it out to Mani. The singing stones can break any compulsion put on a person by a Naga. Any spell. Any control of your mind. If that weren't the case, the slaves would not have been able to rebel at Stone Fountain. Their minds were enthralled to the Nagas, the way you say yours is to Amar's. "Here, Mani. Take the stone. Break his hold on you." "Are you sure?" Mani reached out with a shaking hand. "You know it's true," Kumar said. "You've been taught that since you were a child. The dragon hunters carry the singing stone so they will always be safe if they confront a Naga." Kumar pressed the stone into Mani's hand. Mani winced. "Do you hear the song?" Kumar asked, concerned. He hadn't meant to hurt her with it. She still did not know that she had Naga blood. "No. Of course I didn't. What are you saying?" "I am no Naga," Mani said. Kumar left the stone in Mani's hand and went back to the chest. He found what he was looking for at the bottom, buried under his armor and other possessions, an ancient book. You have the stone, Kumar said as he returned to Mani. Now tell me, how do you feel about Amar? Do you hate him the way you should hate a Naga? Mani didn't answer. She mouthed Amar's name, but no sound came out. At least while she was holding the stone, she could be sure her feelings were her own. You know our ancestral line, Kumar said. You have it memorized all the way back to Stone Fountain. Our first ancestor is? Dawal, Mani said. She stared at the glowing stone in her hand as if it were broken. Correct, Kumar said. Dawal. That is the name he gave himself after Stone Fountain fell, and this is his journal. Kumar held out Andanil's tattered journal to Mani. I want you to read it. Mani blinked the tears out of her eyes so she could see the journal. Now she asked. Yes, right now, Kumar said. But the stone isn't working, Mani said. The air outside the window rippled with gold movement, but she didn't notice it. I don't feel any different. Surely the stone should have broken his hold on my heart. Kumar cleared his throat. Amar never used his powers on you. I would have known it if he had. How could you, Mani asked. Kumar took the singing stone and eased the journal into Mani's hands in place of the stone. Read this. The language has changed some since it was written, but that's why I made you study the ancient language when you were young. Remember how you yelled at me and threw your study book on the ground when you first started? Kumar laughed. You were such a fiery little girl. He hoped to see some of that fire come back into her eyes. It hurt him too much to see her defeated like this. Mani opened the journal. It wouldn't take her long to read through it. And Anil had not been a wordy man. While she read in silence, Kumar retrieved Mani's travel trunk from the sleeping area and started loading it with the possessions she cared about most. Her favorite clothes and books. He knew her well. She was his only child. The paintings she loved, the china dishes she treasured, and the bedspread her mother had made for her before passing from life. What are these names? Mani's voice startled him. He pushed the trunk up against the windowsill along with his own trunk. She'd reached the end of the book and found the 9 names written in the back. Rajan was the last on the list. Rajan was my twin brother, Kumar forced himself to say. The jagged hole in his soul where his brother had been ripped away had never fully healed. He was a Naga, and my father killed him. The others were Nagas as well. One almost every other generation. All murdered to keep the family secret. Killed so that the rest of us could live. But I swore I would not do that to any of my descendants. Rajan will be the last to die at the hands of his own parents. I looked long and hard to find the great gold dragons, Kumar said. I never would have gotten captured by a great red dragon or met a great silver serpent or had any other of the adventures that made me famous if I had not been in pursuit of the gold dragons. I had to find them before another Naga was born into this family. And I did find them. Well, Amar and his great gold dragon found us, but the outcome is the same. Your sons are not dead. Both have grown to manhood because Amar was around to keep them alive. In fact, it was Kanvar who saved my life recently and brought me back from the Great North. Mani handed the book back to Kumar. I have Naga blood in me, she said. Yes. You do. Kumar hoped she would understand. By Stone Fountain, he needed her to be able to accept this truth. He didn't want to lose her. Mani slipped over to Kumar's chest and pulled out Kumar's jungle knife. The steel glinted in the sunlight as she lifted it. I'm sorry, father. Our laws are clear. All Nagas must die. They can't be allowed to return and enslave the world. She moved her hand, intent on slicing the blade across her throat, but Amar catapulted in through the window and grabbed her. Mani, no, Amar said, holding her tight against his chest. Mani dropped the knife. But I can't stay here, she cried. I can't live with this. The All Council will find out. They'll come for me and burn me, and I don't want to die like that. You don't have to die, Mani, Amar said. And you don't have to stay here. We spent a long time living together in Daro, because it is your home, but I'd like to take you back to my home now. Somewhere you will be safe, and we can be a family again. I love you, Mani. Will you please come to Kundiland with me? Kumar held his breath. He could fight all kinds of battles, but not this one. The outcome would be determined by his daughter. But you are a Naga, Mani said. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, Amar whispered. I wanted to. Every single day. But I was too frightened of losing you. Will you forgive me? Can you love me anyway? I think I can, Mani said. I'm afraid I never stopped loving you, even when I knew you were a Naga and shouldn't. Hey! Devaj appeared on the windowsill. There's a line of clouds blowing in. If we don't leave now, the dragons are going to be visible. Not a good thing this close to the Dragon Hunter Jati complex, don't you think? Kumar grimaced and wondered how many dragon hunters the great golds could hit with their joy breath at once. Devaj, you're alive, Mani said. Thank the fountain, you're alive. Of course I'm alive. Can we go now, Devaj asked. Yes, Mani said. I think we'd better. Devaj's dragon reached in through the window and snatched up the two chests. A little more gently, Raja Hansa lifted Amar and Mani up onto his neck. Kumar joined Devaj on his dragon. The 4 humans and 2 dragons flew westward away from Daro and came safely at sunset to Kundiland and the Golden Palace.